Hello, everyone, and welcome. So, if you are drawn to this video, to this reading, then you are extremely magnetic at this time. We're starting off with the Queen of Fire right there in the center of your spread. Okay, the Queen of Fire is magnetism. This is like a fiery warmth that people can't help but be drawn into. And I'm seeing that it's come into your energy field because, well, it is a true expression of who you are. I'm seeing that you have done some sort of healing where you are really loving yourself, you're really caring for yourself or nurturing yourself at this time. You're really, yeah, I'm seeing self care or taking care of yourself in some way. And there's been some kind of a self love shift where you really are loving yourself at a deeper level and it's making you so magnetic. It's like unbelievable how magnetic you are. This level of healing seems rare. Yeah, you're shining brightly in a rare way. Spirit wants you to know that you're rare in the level of healing that you are destined to achieve in this lifetime and that you've already achieved, that you're already embodying. The level of healing is very rare and it shines brightly. But this level is like, whoa. There's a level of magnetism where I feel like you might even notice the world around you. Like this level of self love and magnetism, the world around you will respond very differently to your energy. Okay. The Empress here, I feel like the world around you is maybe you're already noticing this. I just saw an orb flash, a white orb, had sort of like silver in there as well. Maybe you're already noticing the world is treating you differently. As you're loving yourself more, the world treats you with more kindness, the world treats you with more respect. And it might feel strange at first because you might be used to having, sort of negative experiences or, socially not really enjoying it. But I'm seeing something about this changing where with the Empress here and the Queen of Fire, it's like a confidence in yourself and really feeling at home in the world and the world really responding in a nurturing and loving way back. I see you moving around the world feeling a lot more comfortable to have your heart open. And this being, again, so magnetic. I'm just seeing people almost staring at you. I feel you're going to feel, people are going to feel that you are spiritually elevated. Like I'm seeing if you were, I don't know, interviewed on a podcast or something, I'm just seeing people really being entranced in what you have to say, almost mesmerized by the way that you're articulating yourself or sharing your story or something. And there's something about this magnetism where people are almost getting a little bit lost in your energy field. And it might be kind of a little bit of a strange experience because I'm being shown your own perspective, your own point of view. You're almost a bit like, why does everything feel different now? Like the world, and it's because the world is treating you differently. The world is responding to your energy field in a different way. And so you're having a very different experience with the Fool. The Fool card talks about things that are new to us that we might not have experienced before. So it's like the way that the world is going to be responding to your energy field is going to be new, something you haven't experienced. In fact, I feel like there's a lot here that may take some getting used to because we also have the Ace of Air and the Four of Air, okay? Well, it's really interesting that we just went out of shot a little bit because I feel like that can sometimes be a spirit stepping in front of the camera. Right as I was talking about the Ace of Air as well, oh, it's giving me kind of a spirit energy. There may be a passed over loved one that is here for you at this time, here to talk to you at this time, maybe a female because I'm feeling a lot of feminine energy coming through. Yeah, they may be connected to your mother's lineage. Okay. Wow, interesting energy. So I was saying there's a lot more new things to get used to, okay, with the Fool, with this energy that you're moving into, and then the Ace of Air and the Four of Air. Because, okay, I'm seeing with this Ace of Air, Four of Air combination, oh my gosh, you guys, this is so positive for you because things are about to flow with an effortlessness that is going to feel very strange, okay? Because you're used to having some kind of resistance. It might be in a certain area of life, or it might feel kind of like a generalized resistance in the energy field in your life. But something about this effortlessness, it's like all of a sudden it's like air, something might, the feeling of like if you're having to walk through water or trying to run in water, it's like you can't run very fast, right? If you're like up to your waist in water or something, there's so much resistance. It's like, oh, it's like kind of pulling you back and slowing you down. And I'm seeing that you're moving from kind of trying to make, run in water to being able to run on land. And there's something about the air. You're going to feel the air around you. Like you're going to feel and notice, wow, I don't feel like there's as much resistance in my life. I feel like things are flowing to me without it being so delayed, or I feel like things are actually happening and I'm not feeling so weighed down by something. This is really, really, really life-changing, you guys. It's also reminding me if you've ever noticed, observed, if you move, say, if you're traveling from the city into somewhere in like far out in nature, and you can feel the energy grid of the city. If you really take notice, there's kind of a density from the like Wi-Fi swamp, all of this kind of like radiation, the kind of energy and all the cell phone towers and all this stuff, the 5G energies around. Whereas as soon as you start driving far enough out and the energy starts to almost like thin, and there's almost like you can feel that there's no resistance, there's like the veil is thinning, you can feel more connected to your intuition. Okay, so this is the kind of energy I'm feeling is going to be happening for you, but just in your everyday life, wherever it is you might live or reside or anything like that. I'm just seeing something about the density around you thinning, and it's like air where you can just move through it without any resistance. And it's going to be very new. You're going to feel like it's new. It's a new experience. You're like, I'm not used to this. This is not what usually happens. And this is not the result that I usually get. Or something might change for you really fast with the Ace of Air and Spirit saying, go with the flow, Four of Air, chill out, because there's something about how new the energy is that you're manifesting right now. Even though it's really, really good and it's positive and it's miraculous and it's abundance, I still feel like there's something about it that might almost scare you a little bit because of how different it is, where you're like, whoa, it's almost like you suddenly feel your own power, okay? It's like, whoa, this is all of a sudden my magical powers are working. And it kind of like is an adjustment, okay? But the Four of Air, Spirit saying rest, relax, like this is meant to come to you so effortlessly. Just enjoy it. The Empress energy is also abundance. This could be about your abundance changing really fast. And it's almost like something happens so quickly that you're almost like, what? It's like a shock. It's like a shock. You have to adjust to it. But it's such a positive thing. It might be your abundance changes really quickly. You suddenly have a huge shift in your finances with the Empress energy and all this feminine receiving energy. But it could be any kind of a breakthrough. And all of a sudden, your life circumstances are just so different, okay? This is what I'm feeling. Yeah, with the Four of Air, Spirit saying you might want to spend time grounding your energy through meditation. If you ever do feel like it's almost like you might have some fear of success come up, because I'm seeing that it's just such positive energies, okay? But things might move so quickly that you almost have a little wobble where you're like, whoa, is this really happening? Is this really, am I really, like it's almost like you might have a huge promotion all of a sudden, I don't know, you're like the weather girl or the weather man or something on live TV, and you have a moment where you're like, this is your first job live on live TV, and you'll have a moment where you're like, can I even do this? Am I even, what? What am I doing? Because it's something you've never done before. But Spirit's saying you want to settle in just fine to this new role, this new energy, these new expectations, because yeah, it's like you're getting a promotion, or you're getting a new role, or you're getting a salary increase, you're getting abundance change, you're going viral, or you're having some shift in your health, or you're losing weight and it's falling off you so quickly, and you're like, whoa, can I really do this? Is this really happening? And it's like, even when sometimes things happen and we really want them to happen, we really are working towards them for them to happen. Sometimes when it actually hits, when it actually lands, can be the time where we feel actually the most anxious, where we feel the most sense of, whoa, is this really real? And I'm just seeing that it's just going to be a momentary thing, and then it's going to like click into place, and it's going to feel effortless, and like, yeah, this is what I was always meant to do, or this is how I was always meant to live. I feel like Spirit's saying you could almost avoid this sense of like wobble, whatever I'm trying to describe, this sense of feeling a bit shocked by how quick something comes in. You could kind of avoid that just through meditation. Actually, if you have a strong meditation practice and you feel your energy is quite grounded, then you would be able to observe the changes without feeling overwhelmed by it. And you would also be able to observe any parts in you as they may come up, maybe with voices of imposter syndrome, or I'm not good enough. Am I really good? Do they really pick the right person for this job? Can I really do live TV? Whatever might be coming up, because it's some kind of, you're being stretched. This is like North Node energy. This is destiny. You're being stretched a little bit further this time into more of yourself, more of your power. And for some of you might feel like it's a huge stretch, like it's a huge quantum leap. All of a sudden you're all the way into, a role that you've been wanting. I keep seeing a role, like for some reason, I feel like a lot of you, this is about career, because I'm seeing people who just can't get enough of your energy. And it might also be a strange sense of power, okay? Because I feel like you're almost going to feel the sense you hold power in like social ways, or through social currency. And it might even be something that you haven't even had before. There's always these unspoken little energies around. And I'm not saying that I like agree with it or whatever, But it just sort of is the way it is. And when we have inner shifts, the world around us changes the way that they treat us. And I just feel like you're going to be treated like an empress. You're going to be treated like a queen. Okay. You're going to be treated like a little bit of a genius as well with the fool. Okay. Like there's an elevation in the way that people are treating you and the respect that you're earning. And I know that might sound kind of, I don't know, it might even sound a bit vain or something, but it really, Spirit's wanting to say it's coming from this inner shift. It's coming from this inner shift. And especially if you have in the past attracted people, relationship situations, communities, jobs, workplaces, or scenarios where your wisdom wasn't respected in some way. Spirit's saying that thing, whatever it was that made that feeling happen, where you're like, oh, no one's listening to me, or no one respects what I have to say, or no one understands my point of view. Whatever was making that happen, that where your wisdom was kind of being blocked in the world, I'm seeing that has gone. And so now the world is going to suddenly see you and they're like waking up to you and they're like, wait a minute, you're like super wise or you're super attractive or something like this. Maybe you're having a glow up in your appearance and all of a sudden the world treats you differently because, you lost all this weight. And again, I'm not saying that I necessarily agree or disagree with this whole social currency and the way that we get treated, but it just is the way it is. Sometimes things change the way, even if we feel better about ourselves, right? If you feel better about yourself that day and you go out into the world, then the world's going to kind of like treat you, treat you and reflect that and mirror that back to you. So ultimately this energy is really just a mirror of some internal work you've done where you're loving yourself. But I do see people just, their eyes are locked onto you. So there might be I'm seeing something about being filmed for some reason. Maybe you're an actor and that's actually your career or something like this, or being on the stage or a podcast, being filmed on a podcast or something. But I'm seeing people's just eyes are locked and they're really, really curious about you. They're really magnetized towards your energy. And they're like, wow, because you have unlocked something that is rare. You're embodying codes that are rare and it makes you insanely magnetic. And it will also make your work more prolific and make your finances more abundant. So that's amazing. But Spirit's saying, remember the Ace of Air, the Queen of Fire, the Empress, the Fool, the Four of Air. All of this energy culminates into let it come to you. Let it be. Like focus on the feminine, on being, on observing, on watching as all of this change is like unfolding in your life, okay? I feel like you might feel a little bit like you're surfing, but you're going to have some highs where you catch some amazing waves in, okay? But there's a lot of change that I'm seeing around your energy, and it's come from this self-love. It's come from you loving yourself. And when you love yourself at such a deep level in the way that I'm feeling that you do now, it's kind of rippling out in your life, like causing huge waves of change. And Spirit saying, surf the waves, ride the waves, enjoy the waves because you earned them, okay? You created them. And it's just funny that once we actually manifest the thing that we want, it can trigger us into fear or a panic or a breakdown of like, oh my God, I got it, but can I really do this? And Spirit saying, absolutely you can. Like, you are ready for this. This is why it's come in, because you are a vibrational match to this energy. So I definitely feel the financial energy for you guys. Remember to allow the money to come to you, okay? You could even intentionally try to do less and you will make more money. Or you could try to push yourself less in terms of like, if you have a goal such as like weight loss or something or getting into shape, if you like push yourself a little bit less, you might lose more weight or get fitter. There's something interesting here about the feminine energy where sometimes we think we just got to push harder and harder and harder. And sometimes it's when we take a step back is when we actually give something enough breathing room and enough energy, like enough air to let it actually come in for us. So that's what I'm seeing is like Spirit saying, yeah, remember that feminine flow, remember that feminine magic, that power, because wow, you got a lot of magic going on here. You got a lot of amazing things coming in. I feel like it's going to be something that you are almost pinching yourself about, where you're saying, is this real? Is this really what I look like now? Is this really my bank account now? Is this really my paycheck? Wow. And it's something to really celebrate. But you know what? You're irresistible. Okay. That's the energy I'm feeling. It's like people can't help but click in or purchase your thing or, want to promote you or listen to what you have to say or whatever it might be that you are expressing yourself through. People just can't help but be drawn in. Yeah, there's a real elevation in your energy. And like I said, the root of all of this is your love for yourself and the work that you've done to love yourself. So it's a stable manifestation. That's the final message here from Spirit, is that the blessings, the miracles coming into your field right now, this abundance coming into your energy field right now that you're experiencing, this rise in success, it's stable, okay? It's staying. It's here to stay because it's come from a very stable place within yourself of self-love and of healing and of growth and of clearing away the obstructions to your own love, your own love for yourself. Okay, that is the end of your reading, everyone. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to check out more of my work, I would really recommend my Union Within light language tape. It's a beautiful light language tape and it does actually really focus on self-love. So you might want to read more about it. Check it out. I'll link it down below. Yeah, and I'm just sending you all so much love and light, okay? Keep shining bright.